Hey everyone, Jay Carpenter with Fahrenheit Advisors here. I am joined by two very special guests today, Miss Carrie Roth from Activation Capital and Aaron Powell, the new Executive Director at Lighthouse Labs. Hey everyone, thanks for being here.
Thanks, Jay.
Hi, Jay. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Aaron, we can start with you, relatively new at Lighthouse. Tell us about some of the new programs and your new role.
Yeah, absolutely. So new to the role officially April 1st, and there's nothing like starting a new position during a global pandemic. So of course that has been interesting, but exciting nonetheless. So when I entered the position, we were planning to have a summer cohort. Typically, that's a 12-week program with 6 or 8 founders being a part of that program. And we decided, excitingly enough, to go ahead and make that a virtual program. So for listeners who might be a part of Lighthouse through mentorship, or various other capacities, everyone knows that we typically are, in person and highly involved, highly relational type program. So we're really excited to launch our first ever summer program, which actually starts a week from today. So we will have 60 companies be a part of that, since it is virtual in nature, with over 103 founders. And then we will have a smaller select number of companies that will go through the remaining 4 weeks of our program. And so this is the end of our Lighthouse University initiative for the summer. So of course, we have partnered with Go Virginia, Activation Capital, and you on this initiative. So we're really looking forward to launching our first ever virtual program. And then after that, we'll be quickly pivoting to our fall program, which is going to start August 24th. Also in partnership with Activation Capital, the Health Innovation Consortium, and VCU Health. So that program will be our typical accelerator program that will last 12 weeks. And as long as we are able to be safe and sound, we look forward to being able to have most, if not all, of that programming offered in person.
Great. Thanks for sharing that. And we know, Carrie, you and Activation Capital, you help with a lot of funding for Lighthouse Labs. Can you tell us some of the new programs and what's new since, I guess, the COVID era with Activation Capital?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Jay, and thanks for having us. And I think, sometimes planning is perfect. And during this time with the pandemic, when COVID came around, we had already, through the Ecosystem Direct Investment Fund and our additional $1 million investment into Lighthouse Labs, had required for the next 2 years to at least one cohort to have a health-related focus. And we thought it was really important, since life sciences is such a huge sector in not only the Richmond region, but the Commonwealth at large, that we wanted that focus. And so now, with the recent disruption that we've had here, it is a time to take the opportunity to really push and see what we need to do to create healthier human outcomes and really help improve the quality of life. In addition, through the Health Innovation Consortium, we have been implementing some direct grants on very small early stage ideas and prototypes. For example, an N95 contamination project or decontamination project, where they took a simple idea and built a new trellis system. And now, not only has that been deployed at VCU Health, but it's been deployed at other health systems across the Commonwealth and a couple of other states. So really trying to give those folks who are on the front line, seeing the problems, who have identified solutions, an opportunity to quickly deploy some funds and try them out. And so far, we've had really great success.
Yeah. And you mentioned the healthcare focus. Is that running along the same timeline, Aaron, as the other cohorts? Are they one and the same? How do those work kind of together?
Exactly, yes. So they'll be running in tandem with our industry agnostic cohort in the fall. So Lighthouse has always looked for high growth technology companies because we feel like those are the segments that our community and our ecosystem can really help support. So now we're just adding a layer of the health focused on top of this. So we will accept both health focused and industry agnostic companies into the cohort. And the programming will be just a little bit different based on the industry, with a big overlap on, general business related type subjects. But for the fall specifically, we're looking for health technology companies, medical device companies, really anything that doesn't require an FDA approval process would be a good fit for the fall program.
Great. And then back to you, Carrie, you were talking about some recent success stories that you've seen come out of Activation Capital and some of the funding. Can you tell us a couple of those?
Sure. Well, I think certainly the N95 decontamination process, but also how we've created some new prototypes for shields. You've seen those used in the hospital settings and in practitioner settings, but also when the School of Dentistry started coming back online, realizing that they needed something different. And some prototypes have been worked on and to deliver those new systems. In addition, we were certainly excited to see that Flow Corporation, which is an early stage company located here in the Virginia BioNTech Park, received a grant for over $300 million. That will take the work from the Medicines for All Institute, which is a $40 million Gates Foundation funded medical institute here in the biotech park, that has changed the process so that more people can get medication. It's not new drug discovery, it is changing and reducing the cost. And not only will this be applicable to the drugs that we've seen as a shortage during COVID, but also overall drug shortages and making sure that they're made in the United States and bringing back online a major pharmaceutical manufacturing facility down in Petersburg. So it is a tremendous win, not only for our region, but for the Commonwealth at large.
That's great. So if you're a founder, entrepreneur, and you have a company you want to apply to be part of the Lighthouse program, where would you go? How would you get more information? How would they do that?
Yeah, there's a section available on our website for the applications. They are open for another week, so the application deadline is a week from today on June 15th. And of course, if anyone has questions or wants to have a direct conversation, I'm happy to have those. My email address is just aaron@lighthouselabsrva.com.
That's great. So we have COO Activation Capital, Ms. Carrie Roth, and new Executive Director of Lighthouse Labs, Aaron Powell. Thank you all for the information. If you have a new company, whether it's healthcare or otherwise, and you want to be part of the great incubator program, go see Aaron and Carrie. And as always, thanks for joining us, and talk to you soon.